On Wednesday, Joe Biden spoke at the House Democratic Caucus Issues Conference, where Democrats gathered at the Hyatt Regency Baltimore to talk about ways to fool the American voters into supporting their radical policies and to listen to Joe Biden stutter and bumble his way through his comments. I understand that they put some money out to hire a translator, but they couldn't find one quick enough that speaks babbling, which is an ancient language of the demons. Now, during his speech, Biden went on to talk about a grieving mother who had just testified before Congress about losing her two sons to fentanyl. And being the incredible narcissist that this 80-year-old brain-dead loser is, he just had to run his mouth to claim that he was falsely accused of killing her two sons because they died from fentanyl during the Trump administration. You see, Georgia Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene put out a tweet about the testimony, and she trashed Joe Biden's border policies, which have allowed fentanyl to increase in this country. Now, the entire mainstream news media mischaracterized the Congresswoman's tweet to say that she said Joe Biden killed this woman's two sons, which she didn't do, which you'll learn in a minute. Nevertheless, the narcissist in chief just had to go out there to clear his name, attacking Marjorie Taylor Greene, and then he mocked the tragedy that this grieving mother testified about. Let's get into it. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. So what we have here is Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene put out a tweet, and the entire misinformation fake news media intentionally misconstrued it to make it appear that she said that Joe Biden killed the woman's two kids. And here's what the tweet says. It says, "Listen to this mother who lost two children to fentanyl poisoning tell the truth about her son's murders because of the Biden administration's refusal to secure our border and stop the cartels from murdering Americans every day by Chinese fentanyl." Now, the Congresswoman could have worded a little better, but anybody with a triple-digit IQ can see that she's not accusing Biden of murdering this woman's two kids. In full context, which is something that the left never bothers to do. But in full context, you would know that the grieving mother testified before Congress about the federal government still doing next to nothing to stop fentanyl from coming into the country 3 years after her boys died. Her kids died in 2020, and though she was testifying about the heartache that she lost her two sons, what she was doing there was she was talking about her grief brought her to the testimony to talk about how the federal government was still doing next to nothing, even though we have over 100,000 deaths per year now due to fentanyl overdose. And it's because the border has remained open under the Biden administration. And she also pointed out that under the Biden administration, fentanyl deaths have increased 20% since 2020. But the fake news media, in order to defend the narcissist in chief, they went to work reporting that MTG's tweet was accusing Biden of killing the kids. And if you read it for yourself, that's not what she's doing. So I have the full video link down in the description if you want to watch it. It's very compelling, very sad. But here's about a minute. I'm not going to play the whole minute probably, but here's about a minute. I want you to hear how this woman is speaking, and then we'll play what Biden's reaction was.
If we had Chinese troops lining up along our southern border with weapons aimed at our people, with weapons of mass destruction aimed at our cities, you damn well know you would do something about it. We had a weather balloon from China going across our country. Nobody died, and everybody's freaking out about it. But 100,000 die every year, and nothing's being done. Not enough is being done. Numbers are going up, not down. And you talk about children being taken away from their parents. My children were taken away from me. 100,000 Americans every year are having their children, 200,000 because it's both parents, right? Are having their children taken away from them. This should not be politicized. It's not about race. Fentanyl doesn't care about race.
But everything in this administration is about race. when you think about it. Now, I'm now going to play Joe Biden's response to MTG, but he talks about this woman and he laughs about it. And now we're going to play what Joe Biden said in reaction to Marjorie Taylor Greene, but he didn't have to do it at this caucus event. He didn't have to do it, but he did, and he mocks what the woman went through. Give it a listen.
She was very specific recently, saying that a mom, a poor mother who lost 2 kids to fentanyl, that I killed her sons.
She didn't.
Well, the interesting thing is that fentanyl they took came during the last administration.
Did you hear him laugh? Came during the last, as if that exonerates him. All right, in that case, but who gives a shit if the woman's kids died? It was under the Trump administration, not mine. I don't care about it. So he has absolutely no empathy for this woman because he did a gotcha on Marjorie Taylor Greene, even though Marjorie Taylor Greene, as you just saw, did not accuse him of killing them. She's talking about the deaths that have happened since he's been president because he leaves our border unchecked. Joe Biden is a mental patient. You should be hanging out with John Fetterman. I mean, this guy, what kind of a president would talk like that when the topic is over a grieving mother whose 2 sons died because China is manufacturing fentanyl and getting the Mexican drug cartels to bring that poison into our country? All right, thanks for watching this video. If you want to support the channel, you can visit rpwmedia.com, read all of our stories, share this video with your friends and like-minded people, share all of our stories. Thanks a lot. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you in the next one. This next thing is for Nelson.